Hey guys, and welcome. This is Never Summer once more on a beautiful Thursday afternoon after work. Today I'm bringing you another T-33 video, and I'm just going to want to go through some little few things that I came across. And last week on Friday I was really working hard on actually getting my T-33 for its maiden on Saturday because we had 75 years anniversary. However, that did not happen. I took the plane to the field nonetheless, but for some reason, for a few reasons, I was not able to get it airborne. Okay, so right now I'm just going to show you actually why. So, one of the things, before I'm going to start, I just want to point out something to you. You can see here I've got two T-33 versions. The one in front of me is mine, and the one in the back is not mine, but mine. I got this for testing purposes, and there's a few differences. First of all, this is the first ever released version of the T-33, so the first batch. It's pretty easy to see when you already have a version that is more advanced, I should say, or with some improvements. One of the things you can see is right here. You can see here the cutout for the fresh air to come in, and here it's not. Okay, and for some of you, I don't know, it depends on which version you got. You do have here a covering of some plastic, and same goes here. You got here a cover of plastic there too, with a hole for the steering, for the push rod. And another thing, the retract version is without the stronger side plates. So I'll give it about 15 to 20 flights before it's gonna fail, and I mean completely fail. So that's it for now, and you can see here those are the wings, and the other parts, or the other modules I should say, of the T-33 that I received, which is the second but first version of the batch. These do not come with the eagle or penguin on the belly, like as it is here on mine. And so, while I was actually doing my thrust test last week, I came across something really interesting. Now, this piece here, if you look at it closely, I think you'll be able to see something which is not quite right. Something different. You can see the shape is not even, especially here on the bottom side. It's not even. You can see the weird angle. You can see that, yeah? So, this came with my version of the T-33. Now, basically or generally, I don't mind, if some things are not there, if you don't have any cutouts for fresh air to come in, or plastic cover for the front here, or some little things. But if I see something like this, it really pisses me off, because in the end this is a $650 plane, and you expect this to be correct, you expect this to be nicely cut out. And guess what? If I take this, and you can see here, this is the second T-33 which I have, but it's one of the first batch. If you look here closely, it's pretty much even, and it sits really nicely here on the fan. Yeah? So no openings, nothing at all. But if I'm gonna take this off, if I'm gonna take that and put it on here, you can see there is a gap right there on the top here. Now, the really funny part is when you use here it's no problem to put it on. But if you take this and you put it down, it doesn't fit. You see, you can't even probably close it. But you can do so the other way around, which is hilarious. Okay, so this is one of the things. And another thing is, which I mentioned, be careful with this one here and all the other wooden pieces, such as the side plates. This one here, for some reason, was actually glued in place, but not like on the other side. So this one here comes out more towards the middle of the fuselage, and that caused some problems by mounting on the whole wing surface, the whole wing piece, because you can see right there, oops, it did not want to go straight into the hole, so I had to move the wing around in order to make it fit. This is actually the first screw I have to put in order for the other ones to work as well. If I'm gonna put the other screws in first, I won't be able to fasten this up. So I have to use this, which is quite inconvenient for me. Now let's go ahead with the other part. On the field on Saturday, you got the flaps, you got the ailerons. It's all nice and cool. But I had problems with the clevis, which broke off. So it's pretty cheaply made, I must say. Sorry, but for such a jet of this price, I do expect a bit more quality. And it goes here for the same thing. Now, when I move the ailerons up and down, the black piece, sorry, I can't really think of the name right now, even though it was I put a bit of Loctite at the front of it and put it in, it did not want it to hold. So this one here is the piece. Ta-da! That had some issues actually holding it. Now let's see if my camera is gonna get a good angle at it. If it's gonna make it sharp. I don't think it will, but no, it won't. Crappy shit. But still, you can see that the thing is, there's some white stuff around it. And when I looked very, very closely on this piece, I realized that it was kind of used up quite a bit. So I'm now using for this here, for the ailerons especially, I'm using bigger ones and of better quality. Another part was the clevis, which controls the nose steering wheel. The clevis broke off as well, and we had a big time of trouble actually getting this kind of like working. And when you retract the gear, what happens is the gear goes in, it closes down. When the gear comes out, the nose steering wheel is not straight again, so it's not centered anymore. It goes either to the left or to the right. Now, what we found out actually is that the whole clevis kind of like pushes onto the side wall of the foam and creates quite a bit of pressure. And because of that, it also pushed it actually pushed the push rod further away, and also kind of like the servo had a lot of work to be done. Now the plane is not even, or has not been taken up in the air, and you already can see here all this nicely done scratches and dents and things like that. You can see them all over the plane, and I really gotta admit, I have to get away from foam jets because it really pisses me off. Basically, it hurts when you can see all the dents and the hanger rash and all the, you know, things that shouldn't actually be there, because it's not, it hasn't been even been airborne. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just, wow, I don't know. It's strange, weird, I don't know. But anyhow, those are the things that actually caused us problems. Thrust ratio is about 1:1. It really pushes along very nicely. It does have some speed, and due to the fact of the geometrics, or like, let's say that everything is symmetrical, I'm not going to be installing the drop tanks at all. And here you can see the side plates are not installed either. I actually found out that you do gain a bit more of air coming in than having them actually installed. So I'm just going to leave it as it is right now. I'm going to take this plane airborne, hopefully this weekend if everything turns out alright, probably someday as it looks. Now, those are my findings. I really want to push you guys to see there are also differences, some findings. Make sure that everything is tightened. Make sure that everything is nicely glued on. Like this piece came off as soon as I mounted on the wing. And I only found out when I actually detached the wing that this wooden piece was broken. Like, not broken, but the glue that has been used came off. So the whole piece was actually all nice and loose. And this should not be happening. Okay, so pay close attention, rather check a few things more than once to have and to enjoy your flight of the T-33. That's it for now. And I'll see you guys on the web. Thanks. Never some out.